Have you ever wondered if the person you're dating is truly emotionally available, or are they just pretending? What if we told you that there are secrets to uncovering the emotional availability of anyone you're close to? 1. Understanding emotional availability. How well do you really understand emotional availability? Diving into the heart of emotional availability, it's like unlocking a secret chamber where true connections thrive. Imagine it as the bridge that connects two souls, allowing feelings to flow freely. But how do you cross this bridge? First, understand that emotional availability is about being open and receptive to both your and others' feelings. It means being present, not just physically, but emotionally too. It's not about grand gestures, but the small moments of understanding, empathy, and genuine interest in each other's lives. To gauge this in someone, start by observing how they react to everyday emotions, both theirs and yours. Are they attentive and empathetic, or do they shy away from deep conversations? Look for these traits, and you'll find a connection that truly resonates. 2. The language of emotionally available people. Ever noticed how emotionally available people communicate? Learn the key phrases that reveal a lot. The way someone talks can be a window into their emotional world. Emotionally available people have a special language, filled with openness and authenticity. They're not afraid to use words like feel, love, and care. Notice how they communicate their thoughts and feelings. Do they speak from the heart, showing vulnerability and honesty? Or are their conversations surface level, avoiding deeper emotional topics? To encourage this openness in your interactions, try sharing your own feelings openly. This can create a safe space for them to express themselves too. Remember, emotional availability is not just about what is said, but also how it is said. 3. Body language tells. Can you read the unspoken signals of emotional availability? Uncover the secrets hidden in body language. You've heard the saying, actions speak louder than words, right? Well, in the realm of emotional availability, body language is your secret decoder. Pay attention to the nonverbal cues when you're with someone. Are their arms crossed, creating a barrier, or are they open and inviting? Notice their eye contact. Does it feel like they're truly seeing you, or are their eyes darting around, signaling discomfort with emotional depth? Mirroring your body language can be a powerful tool to encourage openness. Try subtly copying their positive body language to create a sense of empathy and understanding. This silent conversation can reveal much more than words ever could. 4. Past relationships patterns. What do their past relationships tell you about their emotional availability? Discover the patterns that speak volumes. Imagine being a detective for a moment, where past relationships are clues to someone's emotional availability. People often repeat patterns, and understanding their relationship history can reveal a lot about how they handle emotions. Are their past relationships a series of short flings or deeper, long-term connections? Do they speak respectfully about their exes, or is it a blame game? Your quest here is to listen actively when they talk about their past. But remember, it's not about judging, it's about understanding their emotional journey. Encourage conversations about past relationships in a non-intrusive way, maybe sharing a bit of your own history too. This mutual sharing can offer insights into how they might approach a relationship with you, emotionally speaking. 5. How they handle conflict. Curious about how someone's conflict resolution style indicates their emotional openness? It's more telling than you think. Conflict is like a litmus test for emotional availability. When disagreements arise, observe how they handle them. Do they approach conflicts with a willingness to understand and resolve, or do they shut down and withdraw? Emotionally available people tend to face problems head-on, seeking solutions rather than playing the blame game. Here's a tip. Next time you're in a disagreement, try to create a collaborative atmosphere. Use phrases like, "Let's figure this out together," or, "Your feelings are important to me." This approach not only smooths out the wrinkles but also encourages a deeper emotional connection. Remember, it's not about who wins the argument, but how you both navigate the stormy waters together. 6. The role of vulnerability. Ever wondered why vulnerability is crucial for emotional availability? Learn why it's the cornerstone of a deep connection. Vulnerability is the golden key to emotional availability. It's about letting down walls and sharing the real, unfiltered you. Notice if they're willing to share their fears, hopes, and dreams with you. Do they talk about their weaknesses with openness, or do they keep a guarded facade? To foster vulnerability, create a space of non-judgment and acceptance. Share something personal about yourself and see how they respond. It's like creating a safe haven where both of you can be your authentic selves. This mutual vulnerability builds a bond stronger than any superficial connection. Embrace this openness, as it's the soil where deep, meaningful relationships grow. 7. Independence versus isolation. How do you tell the difference between healthy independence and emotional isolation? The distinction is key. Navigating the fine line between healthy independence and emotional isolation is crucial in understanding emotional availability. Independence is about being self-reliant without pushing others away, while isolation is a red flag, hinting at emotional unavailability. Pay attention to how they balance their personal space with the time they spend connecting with you and others. Do they maintain a healthy social life, or do they seem to retreat into their own world, avoiding emotional connections? Encourage activities that you can do together and separately, respecting each other's need for personal space. This balance is vital. It's like a dance where both partners move together and apart gracefully, ensuring neither feels smothered nor neglected. 8. Listening skills. Want to know if they're really listening or just hearing you? Discover the nuances of true emotional availability in listening. Listening is an art, and when it comes to emotional availability, it's a revealing one. Notice if they're truly listening to you or just waiting for their turn to speak. An emotionally available person listens with empathy, understanding, and without judgment. They remember the little details and follow up on previous conversations. To test the waters, share something that matters to you and observe their response. Do they offer thoughtful feedback or seem disinterested? Try to cultivate an environment where both of you actively listen and respond with care. This kind of deep, attentive listening not only strengthens communication but also builds a solid foundation of trust and emotional connection. 9. Their reaction to your emotions. Ever thought about how they respond to your emotional expressions? It's a big indicator of emotional availability. The way someone reacts to your emotions can be a clear indicator of their emotional availability. When you express your feelings, does the person in question meet them with empathy or indifference? An emotionally available person will not only acknowledge your feelings but will also show understanding and support. To assess this, try opening up about something that's been on your mind. Observe their reaction. Are they attentive and empathetic? Do they try to understand your perspective? In a healthy emotional exchange, it's important that both parties feel heard and validated. This reciprocal understanding is what builds a strong, emotionally rich relationship. 10. Trust and emotional security. How does trust contribute to emotional availability? Unveil the link between trust and a truly open heart. Trust is the foundation of any emotionally available relationship. It's about feeling safe enough to be your true self and knowing that your emotions are in good hands. But how do you build this trust? Start by being reliable and consistent in your actions and words. Keep your promises and show that you're there for them, not just in good times but especially during the tough ones. Encourage open and honest communication, where both of you can express yourselves without fear of judgment or rejection. Remember, trust is a two-way street. As much as you assess their trustworthiness, show them they can trust you too. This mutual trust creates a strong bond, paving the way for a deep, emotionally connected relationship. Check out this playlist of the top 10 videos on relationship advice for women. And we'll see you in the next video. With love.